Hey yo guys, what is up? And welcome back to Two Toe Tags Metal Reviews. And today we're giving you first impressions of the new album from Scars on Broadway called Dictator. Alright, Dictator, Scars on Broadway, brand new album from the guitar player of System of a Down. This is his side project, and they've been around for quite a while, a decade or more. I actually remember listening to their album from like 2008 or 2009. Actually listening to it today. It's really freaking good. It's getting me hyped and pumped for this new one. So I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, I feel the same way as you. I'm also really excited to hear this. This is their first album since like 2008 and 9, so it's been a while. But from what I can tell, like Scars on Broadway does sound very similar to System of a Down already.
Very similar.
You can tell like Daron Malakian has a lot of like creative influence in System, so I'm expecting to hear a lot of System-y kind of stuff in this album.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. No. That's just what I'm expecting.
Right. So as usual, you guys know the drill. We're gonna go listen to this album for the first time in its entirety, and we'll be back in just a few seconds to let you guys know our first impressions, so stay put. Hey you guys, we're back. We just finished listening to Dictator, and I'm gonna take the floor here. Let me tell you guys that there were some ups, there were some downs, gotta say, but way more ups than downs. I will say that for sure. I felt like this album rocked. I was definitely enjoying it for the most part. There was a couple low parts that I was kind of like, man, not feeling. For example, let's go to my lowest rated song, which was track number 8, called Till the End. It was very mellow, and I just it didn't grab me at all. Like every other song had something that like pulled me in almost immediately and had me hooked instantly. This song didn't have that, and it kind of just felt like it dragged on. It is the longest song in the album. Longest song, right? Yes. Yes, the longest song in the album, which makes it worse. And the fact that it's, you know, track number 8 out of 12 tracks, it's on the second later half of the album, which is also a bad idea in my opinion, because you've already listened to a bunch of songs, and to have that kind of song that late in an album I think is a bad design choice. But that's only one song. The rest of the songs, however, were pretty damn good. The one that we both agreed was the best song on the album was track number 5, and that's called Guns Are Loaded. Wow. The way this song starts off, okay? It starts off and it kind of paints a picture. It's very sad sounding. It's got a very depressing tone. It's very like mood driven. And I kind of get this image painted in my head of like a lonely person in a room by themselves, you know, bare walls, very deep blue, kind of cold looking. And then about halfway through the song, the tempo just picks up and the song gets disgusting. Like it gets amazing. The riffs are, riffs, melodies, vocal performance blew me away. On this song specifically, but the whole album, I was finding the riffs I was really grooving with, the rhythms I was really grooving with. I think Daron Malakian is a genius when it comes to writing melodies because they're all very catchy. I really enjoyed this, man. So I don't know, what did you think? What were your thoughts?
Well, I thought this album was really good, and I found it interesting that this album is I find it to be very different from the self-titled Scars on Broadway album. Like the first one was very kooky, crazy, off the wall, kind of more like what you would typically hear from a band like System. But this album I felt was a lot more reserved, not in a bad way. It was just a lot more, like a lot less kind of crazy than the last album. And even then, you have a song like Angry Guru, which was pretty much the wacky song on the album. That's kind of weird sounding. It was still nice, energetic. That's a big thing I found with this album, is that it's very energetic. Everything is so catchy. It grabs you. There were songs on this album where I didn't really find too much to talk about it, but there was something in it that just kept bringing me back. Like, Never Forget and Talking Shit. Never Forget has this weird synth sound. At least I assume it's a synth with added harmony in it. And every time that comes back, I'm like, oh, wow, like what is that? Like it's very interesting to me. Similarly with Talking Shit, The guitar tone in there is pretty neat, and that keeps coming back to me whenever I listen to that song. So even though both of those songs didn't really have too much that really stood out other than that, those things alone were still getting me to pay a lot of attention to it. So that's really good on the band's part. I feel the same way as you with Guns Are Loaded. That song is incredible. It paints one thing and then flips it on its head, and it's done so well. I also agree with you about Till the End. It is the longest song in the album at about like 4:55, I think. That being said, if you switched Till the End and Guns Are Loaded, I think the album would get a lot better. Because you could have Till the End as the song that's, you know, gonna be the transition from the first half to the second half. And then Guns Are Loaded is still going to have like a little bit of sadness into it, but still ramp up as you're ramping up to the end of the album. Funnily enough, the last two songs on this album are both cover songs. The first one, Yimu. So, I'm sorry if I pronounced that poorly, but
Yimu or Gaimu or
Gaimu. My son is apparently what it stands for, and it's beautiful. This really did all the whole sad thing a lot better than Till the End, in my opinion. It was incredible, and it's an instrumental, and wow.
Yeah, it's an instrumental, and I felt like it didn't need any vocals because I felt like the guitar was doing the singing.
Yes.
You know, I just felt like, you know, like I don't know. I felt like that's where the words were coming from. Like there was no actual words, but I can hear words coming from the guitar.
Yeah.
Whatever they were, I don't know what they were. It was a mystery, but it was singing to me.
And the other song is called Assimilate, which is also a cover. I forgot the name of the band already.
Skinny Puppy.
Skinny Puppy. There you go. Skinny
Puppy.
The main thing that really kind of gripped me about that cover is just Daron Malakian screaming. You don't really hear him scream that often.
Yeah, he definitely changed his vocal style for that one.
And it was interesting to hear. I'm like, oh, okay, I can live with this. Pretty cool.
There's actually a couple songs where he changed his voice and sang in a way that I've never really heard him sing before. But there was one that he sang on like kind of a deep voice. I can't remember. I have a note on it somewhere. Oh yeah, it was the song number 3, the title track, Dictator. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about his voice that just sounded a little different than he normally sings. But one note I wrote on that song actually is that the intros of the songs are so catchy that they hook you right away. And I think that's just genius songwriting, because a lot of songwriters will make a song that has like a build-up, right? It has to kind of make its way to the catchy part. But I find with Scars on Broadway and Daron Malakian and his style of songwriting is that the first note, the first, you know, section of music that you hear in each song hooks you, and you're like, wow, what is this? Like, this sounds really appealing to my ear right away. And then that draws you in immediately, and then the song takes you on a little ride. And all the songs usually fluctuate between crazy stuff and mellow stuff, and there's like a bit of a roller coaster like that. And it's all very well laid out, very melodic, very rhythmic. Like, it has all the elements that you really need.
Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff on this album. You can't really put this album on and expect something totally consistent, even though there are a lot of songs that do a similar thing. It's just really good at doing different stuff for you. Like, I find there's so much happening in this album, and that's really cool. Even on only 12 tracks.
Yep, 12 tracks plus 2 are covers, so.
Yeah, 2 of them are covers.
But yeah, I mean, for first impressions, I'm pretty impressed. I thought it was definitely very enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to listening to this album all week.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we'll be back next week 100%, as you guys know, to give you guys our full and final review of Dictator from Daron Malakian and Scars on Broadway. So be sure to click that subscribe button, like this video if you liked it, leave a comment below and let us know what you guys think of Scars on Broadway and this new album. And I think that's pretty much it from us for now. I'm Vile Self.
I'm TV Fish.
And we'll see you guys next time. Later.